Hello, welcome to section 1. In this section, we are going to look at what configuration management is and how Puppet fits into the scenario. Next, we are going to look at the different Puppet components and terminologies. We will then go on to understand what happens when the Puppet run cycle takes place. Then, we are going to move on to installing the different Puppet components, and finally, we are going to have an overview of the Puppet domain-specific language. In this video, we will learn about what configuration management means, the benefits of configuration management, the things to keep in mind when choosing a config management tool, and finally, we will learn about the position of Puppet in the ecosystem. Let us first understand what configuration management means. Configuration management is a process of maintaining the state of a system or an application. It involves configuration of a component, implementing and tracking changes made to that component, and maintaining an integrity with the rest of the infrastructure. There are two types of configuration management. The first one is software configuration management, which involves management and automation of application development. This process involves a software project and is out of scope for the purpose of this course. Another type of configuration management is system or server configuration management, which involves configuration and management of server infrastructure through automation. In this course, our focus will be on server configuration management. Let us now discuss the benefits of configuration management. Why make the effort to get into this new concept? Config management makes building new servers a breeze. Gone are the days when one had to install the operating system on a farm of few hundred servers and then had to run scripts to configure packages and services on them. And there were always chances of mistakes, missed changes due to hardware or network glitches, and there were no easy way to track all of them. With config management, all these beasts can be tamed with various levels of complexities. With config management, the state of the infrastructure can be efficiently maintained in a version-controlled manner. A modular approach to manage services integrated with version control systems like Git provides a strong control on the infrastructure. Config management provides control of the entire infrastructure from a central server with the independence and ability to push changes as and when required on a specifically targeted set of servers by use of orchestration. Creating new environments or entirely new data centers is a minimal task with config management when coupled with proper architecture design and deployment procedures. Next, let's look at the things to consider when we want to select a tool for config management. Complexity of the tool and the infrastructure are the first things to consider when choosing a tool. The scale of the infrastructure, the number of services to manage, the interconnectivity of the services, the diversity of the infrastructure are all vital factors. The capability of the tool to handle complex infrastructures should be the foremost consideration. However, the complexity of the tool and the learning curve to master it should not be ignored at the same time. Cost of the tool comes next. Most config management tools have free open source and premium enterprise versions. To get started and check the offerings of a tool, the open source version is a great option in most cases. Although large infrastructures can be managed by just using the open source versions, often there are valuable options available with enterprise versions and should be checked out. Support is a vital requirement for many organizations. For open source projects and versions, usually the support is in the form of community forums and public channels, but dedicated and premium support mostly do come with enterprise plans for the tools. Finally, we will look into where Puppet fits in the config management scenario. Puppet is one of the oldest tools of config management. It was initially released in 2005 and has been one of the strongest and widely used software for config management in organizations of various sizes. Although the open source version of Puppet is mostly used by organizations, the enterprise version of Puppet boasts features such as high availability, orchestration, visualization, reporting, and much more with minimal effort of configuration. Puppet, being one of the most experienced tools available, has a massive community of code committers, public module creators, and online forums for help.